Aliens witnessed lightning for the first time and thought humans were the ones controlling it. They watched from orbit, their sensors screaming with readings of impossible power. To the Xylosian survey team, the atmospheric fury below wasn't a natural phenomenon. It was a display of terrifying, untamed authority, and the small, fragile beings on the surface were clearly the masters of the storm. The UWS Curiosity hung in the silent black above the blue-green marble, its mission peaceful, its purpose pure observation. Commander Zixil monitored the planet his people had designated Terra, a world of fascinating contradictions. Then the storm formed. It began as a simple meteorological event, but the energy signatures quickly escalated beyond anything in the Xylosian database. Gigawatts of raw power flashed through the atmosphere, and the sonic reports that followed rattled their hull plating from 100 miles up. By the first spark, Undu whispered Science Officer Valar, her delicate fronds trembling as she watched the display. The energy discharge is catastrophic and localized. It is targeting the surface. Zixil stared, his multifaceted eyes reflecting the violent flashes. It is an attack, a weapon. Scan for the source. Their long-range scanners swept the planet. And they found him, a lone human, standing on a hilltop, holding a long metallic rod pointed defiantly at the raging sky. His name was Harold, a retired electrical engineer who found thunderstorms philosophically stimulating. He was holding an old golf club, feeling the charge in the air and enjoying the show. To the Xylosians, the data was irrefutable. The human was issuing a challenge. He was summoning the power. Look, Valar pointed at the screen. He raises his conduit. He is directing the energy. A blinding fork of lightning lanced down, striking a distant tree and splitting it in a shower of sparks and splinters. Harold flinched, a completely natural reaction to a sudden loud noise. To the Xylosians, it was a gesture of minor annoyance, a master whose weapon had missed its mark by a few meters. He is not satisfied, Zixil murmured, a new cold fear seeping into his carapace. He commands the very sky, and it obeys imperfectly. They watched, utterly captivated and horrified, as the humans below reacted to the storm. They saw children counting the seconds between flash and boom, a ritual the aliens interpreted as a calibration sequence. They saw a woman rush to unplug her computer, which they saw as safeguarding delicate control equipment from power feedback. They saw two teenagers filming the storm on their phones, which they were certain was a form of tactical recording for analysis. The entire species is involved, Valar concluded, her voice filled with awe. They do not hide from the fury. They observe it, measure it, and one of their shamans stands in the heart of it, calling it forth with a primitive-looking but clearly effective focusing rod. Harold, feeling a few drops of rain, decided the show was over and began to walk back to his house. He retracts the weapon, Zixil announced. The atmospheric disturbances are ceasing. He has concluded the demonstration. The storm began to dissipate. The lightning stopped. The thunder faded to a grumble. The correlation was, to the Xylosian mind, absolute. The human had commanded the lightning, and when he was done, he had put it away. A profound silence filled the bridge of the Curiosity. They had come to study a primitive world. They had instead discovered a civilization that held leashes on forces that could shatter worlds. Recall all surface probes, Zixil ordered, his voice grave. Do not, under any circumstances, allow our presence to be detected. We will reclassify this sector, not as primitive, but as potentially volatile. We will file our report. That report, later studied by the highest echelons of the Galactic Council, contained one unforgettable conclusion. The dominant species, humans, exhibit a terrifying and precise control over planetary-scale electrostatic discharges. They appear to use it for purposes ranging from territorial marking to entertainment. Approach is not recommended. Do not provoke the storm callers. And back on Earth, Harold poured himself a cup of tea, completely unaware that his evening stroll had just secured humanity's status as the galaxy's most unpredictable and feared species. All because he'd wanted to get a better look at a pretty lightning show. What's a simple, natural event that you love to watch that might look like magic or power to someone seeing it for the first time? If this story gave you a new perspective on the power of a simple misunderstanding, hit like if you'd stand on a hilltop with Harold. Tap save to remember that first impressions can be electrifying. Repost this, because someone needs a bolt of inspiration today.